We are moving towards the end of Jonah. We're in chapter 4. We're in the middle of his little hissy fit, his meltdown, because the plant has died. He wants to die because this plant has died. And in verse 10 of chapter 4, the Lord said, "You've been concerned about this vine, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. Nineveh has more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left." So he's just talking about small children, right? They're too young to know this. And many cattle as well. "Should I not be concerned about this great city?" So God is saying to Jonah, look, you did nothing for this plant. You're ready to die because this plant has died. You didn't plant it. You didn't tend it. It was around for a brief period of time. You're all up in arms about this plant dying. There are 120,000 children. They're innocent children. Then there's animals. All these innocent lives that are going to die if I wipe out the city. And do you have no perspective? So you may remember when Rahm Emanuel was way back when he was the chief of staff for Barack Obama, and there was a crisis, and Emanuel said, "A crisis is a terrible thing to waste." Now, just for the record, he gets a lot of credit for being the guy that came up with that. I mean, that had been around forever and ever and ever. And not just had that statement been around, but obviously lots of people have always been alert to the fact that a crisis is a bad thing to waste. And I want to underline this because some of you are moving through some crisis of some sort right now. And I want to say a crisis is a moment pregnant with possibility. Sherry's cousin, who she's not very close to, and it's complicated, but anyway, she has this step cousin who she has known his whole life, and he got 4th in the decathlon in the Olympics in Atlanta in 2000. He actually was in 3rd place going into the final event. He chose to go for it. He chose to go for the gold. And it's the 1,600 meters. And for a while, it looked like he was going to do it. It's all about points. And so he was far enough ahead of Dan O'Brien, who eventually got the gold. That, he was ahead briefly. But then he hits the wall, and he not only doesn't get gold, he doesn't hold on to bronze. He finishes just barely behind the bronze by the guy that had been 4th that moves into 3rd. And he sits on the track. He realizes, the 4th is the last place you want to get at the Olympics, right? I mean, you want 1st. 2nd is sort of like it's not 1st. 3rd is like I made it onto the podium. Hey, I almost didn't make it onto the podium. So the worst place is 4th, and that's what he got. And he sat in the infield of the track, and I remember asking him about this. I go, what was going through your head? And he said, I thought, okay, this is an inflection point in my life. I could be bitter from this point on. I could be mad. I could feel cheated, whatever. And he said, I decided, no, I'm going to say, wow, I came here. I was in the Olympics. I gave it everything I had, and I should just celebrate it and be excited about it. And I share that to say some of you are going through a crisis, and you just are going to have to decide how you're going to navigate that crisis. Jonah has a small crisis, and he absolutely comes apart. And again, he's angry at God. He's small-minded and parochial in his outlook, and he pitches a fit over a plant that dies. So don't be Jonah. Okay, have a good day.